Hello, hello, and welcome back for a play of the tragedy called Perfidious Pete Plays XCOM, The Long War, and its hero, the Conqueror Worm. Last episode, though, the Conqueror Worm turned, and for once it wasn't the troopers of Project Lazarus who embraced the funeral pall, but a shipload full of mechtoids and mutons. Because apparently, the pendulum of fortune swings both ways. Just like in Poe's short story, Mask of the Red Death. See, I got you there. You weren't expecting that. You were expecting Pit and the Pendulum reference, but no, I thwarted those expectations. You forgot about the grandfather clock in Mask of the Red Death, didn't you? Yeah. Then I gave you the old Perfidious Pete special there with the switcheroo. And maybe, just maybe in the process, I not only taught you a little something about literature, but also about what it means to love and be loved and be tricked by a duplicitous internet scumbag. Yeah. Maybe, just maybe. And if I have, then I feel that I've done my good deed for the day. And also, I haven't had a chance to make a whole bunch of literary references in a row in a while, and I was getting a little pent up. I mean, the literature is in me and it wants out. And the only way I can relieve that pressure is to occasionally throw a little Edgar Allan Poe at someone. It's kind of involuntary, really. I mean, I can't help it. It's sort of like a wet dream. Or, you know, a Tourette's. Anyway, I'm good now. So let's put the whole thing behind us and get to scanning instead so that we can get a nice delicious mouthful of comeuppance from the aliens. And yeah, I was making an oblique reference that the aliens are going to ejaculate in my mouth, but they kind of are fucking our mouth lately, so I suppose it's not a wholly inappropriate metaphor. So Moe Gozen has succeeded a little psychic training. That's fantastic. Engineer out. Probably going to go engineer back in the psychic training department. We have like a whole bunch of people who are roadblocked. We need to get Pancakes in at some point too, though. I'd like to get Pancakes in before Virginia Woolf needs to go back in. May have to give Pancakes the nod. Do we have anybody else who's like a real pressing needs to get in? Sir Ernest Shackleton, Mary Mallon, both really need to get in, and both have needed to get in for a really long time. Louis Pasteur just came out. We actually don't have an engineer to put back in unless we wanted to send in old Elizabeth Gloriana Tuner. There actually would be some advantages to that. She has a pretty good willpower, but I think since we've got the roadblock, before we go training up new troopers to increase the size of the, or rather the number of cars on the road at the roadblock, let's get Pancakes in there and get him good to go. A little bit of distortion field for Pancakes. That's got him sorted. Back to mission control then, and start to scanning. And if we are building sort of a log jam, kind of a traffic jam, a little bit of parking lot action happening on the road into the tube, we do want to try and minimize the number of cars on that road, and Atlas King is helping us do that. Oh, Atlas King, you sexy Slavic son of a bitch. That deep, rich Eastern European voice of yours is sexy as shit, and your continual ability to succeed at psychic training on the first time, also, it's sexy as shit, man. I can't help it, Atlas King. I'm not normally into the fellas, but Atlas King fucking turns my crank. He does it for me. Now would probably be the time for Joseph Lister or Mary Mallon. Ernest Shackleton is so close to an actual level. Do I want to delay Ernest Shackleton gaining an actual level to get him a psychic level? I think the answer is no. Also, though, we really would like to get the Iron Lady in. The thing about the Iron Lady, we only made her psychically active to begin with in order to get her the ability to use the neural gun link. Her willpower is bad. I don't think we can afford to take the Iron Lady out of the roster. Also, her percent chance for completion is going to be really low, given the fact that her willpower is kind of shitty. So I think we got to go for... It's got to be Joseph Lister. We got to get the cleaner in there. The father of antiseptic surgery. He's going to get in there and clean out the tube. And let's face it, Horatio Nelson's been jerking off in that tube for like 6 weeks in a row at one point. Probably could use a little bit of antiseptic treatment from the father of antiseptic surgery. So let's let old Joseph Lister get in there and get that shit taken care of. A little more scanning. Heavy UFO over China. We actually don't have interceptors over Asia. Okay, we do have... this is good. An encounter over Brazil is actually good for us. We fucking need this, Cowboy Upham. Specifically, not only do we need this to be a kill, we would kind of prefer a bounty explosion here. We could use the panic reduction we would get for blowing this bad boy up, and now that I think about it, I probably should have sent him up on maybe balanced or even possibly an aggressive stance. I mean, Cowboy Upham is one of our best pilots. He's a murderous thug, and he did exactly what we needed him to do. Good goddamn right, Upham. That's a damn fine qualifying ride from Cowboy up on Let's Look at the Scores. Oh, they're fantastic, and that's going to guarantee him a trip to the second round, and I don't know whether I'm fucking supposed to be a rodeo announcer or Steve Irwin there. The accent got real fucked up. Maybe I'm like an Australian cowboy. That was an Australian cowboy. There you go. That was my Australian cowboy effort. It was bad. Back to scanning, though. Upham did give us exactly what we needed. Plasma carbine is complete. All right, that's good. What are we working on research-wise? Hyperwave relay. Okay. Oh, yeah, because we're completely boned on weapon fragments. We need, like, a whole shitload. And I would like to build more plasma weaponry, but I really want vehicle weapons priority, and we need 200 weapon fragments to do the research. I'm pretty sure, and by pretty sure I mean effectively positive, that building plasma weapons also will require weapon fragments, which we simply can't afford to spare at the moment. Or I'm an asshole and an idiot, because plasma weapons don't take weapon fragments at all. They just take alloys, Illyrium, meld, and alien rifles. So, yeah, we have all of the cash at the current moment. I mean, we have an entire small nation's gross domestic product available to just blow on whatever the shit we want. Let's start making some friggin' plasma weapons, then. Where do we want to start? Pulse rifle? Oh, I don't want pulse weaponry. I want plasma weaponry. So plasma rifles, we're going to want probably 3 of these at a minimum. How many alien rifles do we have, is the question. I need to know how many alien rifles I have before I can start using them willy-nilly. Because the plasma guns for the aircraft, I believe, also take plasma. I mean, they take a plasma weapon of one variety. I'm pretty sure they also take regular plasma rifles. But we gotta check first. We gotta know how many we've got. Plasma carbines, if they don't take weapon fragments, we can make a couple of, and I do want a couple of them. Also, let's get rid of some of this damaged garbage, because those power sources and alien computers, damn things just collect like driftwood. Every time I come down to the old warehouse, there's just a pile of them over in the corner. So, how many plasma... alien alloys? Yeah, all of this is fine. Where does it tell me how many rifles and shit I've got? Where are those listed? Alien rifles. I have 4.
I'm starting to wonder if we'll really figure out what the reason for all this was.
I only have 4 alien rifles and only 1 alien carbine? Really? It seems like I should have way, way more. Way more. 3 alien pistols, I don't care about. I do have 3 alien heavy weapons, which is good. We need like 2 of those for the research, and then we can turn one of them immediately into a gunner weapon. But again, that's going to take a bunch of weapon fragments. Alright, well, given the number we have on hand, I think I can afford to build 1 plasma rifle, and then I will build a second plasma carbine. Plasma carbine is good, and there's a strong chance we could make use of 2 of those. In the same mission, because, you know, 1 for each engineer, or heaven forbid, 1 for a rocketeer also, to help with their miserable, terrible, terrible foot speed. We might as well get that working, and 1 plasma rifle as well. The other remaining stock that we have of alien rifles, I think we've got to kind of hang on to for the time being. We got to wait until we get the weaponry done for our aircraft. So it's back to scanning then. Here comes the Firestorms, baby! If only I had a plasma gun to strap to the front of them, I'd be feeling a hell of a lot better about myself. I'm also feeling not great about myself due to the fact that neither Jeff Goldblum nor Will Smith is here to pilot this craft into the sky for us. If Independence Day the movie taught me anything, it's that when you have an alien craft, fine, sexy alien ship such as this, it's got to be piloted by the Goldblum-Smith combination. Goldblum-Smith is really the only way to go
the playing field
when it comes to piloting a Firestorm. I don't know about leveling the playing field so much there, Bradford. I really don't. I don't think we've leveled it at all, really. So we've got 1 Firestorm. I think actually the second one should be done like almost immediately, right? Yeah, okay. We've got to go assign new projects.
Here, but I have to admit, my team and I are most proud of the work we put into the Firestorm.
I'm surprised you even remembered that you worked on the project, Dr. Shen. I mean, if we're going to be honest, I'm pretty fucking amazed that you remembered that we did. All right, so we got Baja Gutierrez and Semtex Cato, 2 significant badasses who are going to need an actual gun strapped to the front of this ship. Avalanche missiles and Stingray missiles, probably not going to cut the mustard, so let's go ahead and edit our loadouts here. We'll give you some nice avalanche missiles. There you go. Yeah, that's, sorry, you don't get the big boy gun, Raven 21. We're gonna have to take those back. You take the training pistol, and you can go out on the range and fire off a few rounds, and once you've got a feel for how this aircraft handles and what it's capable of, maybe, just maybe, then your mother and I will get you a big boy gun of your own. Maybe, just maybe. Maybe someday. Don't think you're quite ready for the big time yet. Also, we need to do a little transferring here. We need to move some of these ships around. I'm thinking we just throw these spares straight over into Asia. We don't have satellites over Asia, but these guys aren't really going to be capable of shooting anything down anyway. So as soon as that weapon arming completes, we'll kick them right the shit out of our good barracks and kick them over to Asia. We're just going to banish them over to the far side of the continent that we don't give a shit about.
Contact detected.
An abduction mission in Canada. Well, we're not going to shoot this down. I really wish it was in the United States as opposed to Canada, because thwarting the abduction would help our panic situation in the United States. Can't do it, though. I mean, we can go wave at it, because we always do. I like to do a little meet and greet at the aliens. I really just feel it's the polite and courteous way to behave. Somebody comes in, you greet them at the door, you say hi, how you doing? It's been a while since I've seen you. Things going well for you and the family? That's good to hear. You need something to drink? How you feeling? A little refreshment? Want to have a sit down, a little bit of a chat? Well, that's good. What's going on? What brings you by today? What can I help you out with? Just gotta, chat them up a little bit, make a little small talk, make them feel welcome, make them feel comfortable. And then once you've lured them into your lair, and they land in, say, Vancouver, once that happens, then you go down to just be like, I'll be right back. You run down to the basement, grab your hammer, you smash them in the back of the head, and you take, what you need from their corpses, and then you bury them in the basement with the other itinerants, hobos, and drifters that you've squirreled away down there, and you pocket their loose change. Everybody wins. Everybody's happy. I don't know where my whole elaborate guest abduction fantasy just came from, but let's just be glad that it came at all. So how do we want to send on this mission, then? We've got Helen, Deadeye, Keller, Peter the General, Van Dorn. Do I want to send either Keller or Van Dorn on an abduction mission? It does have swarming resistance, so we're looking at pretty heavy alien activity, and we do need an officer, but I'm thinking Franklin D. Roosevelt might be just exactly what the doctor ordered. Although I did open the episode with a little bit of Edgar Allan Poe references. I would feel remiss maybe if I didn't send Poe on a mission after talking him up so heavy. And we do have John the Duke Wayne available for sniper duty. The Duke, not fantastic, but he is respectably good. We could go with Duke and the D. We could give him the double D. The Duke and the D. That's actually pretty tempting. Duke him with a D? Nah, let's go with Edgar Allan Poe. I'm sorry, Mr. Nobody. He was too damn good, just too damn good. I can't say no to Edgar Allan Poe, and not just because it rhymes, although he would have appreciated that, but it's just, he's too damn good. And we do have this plasma carbine. Now let's take a look at the damage on this bad boy. Base damage 5 to 8, critical damage 9 to 12. It's good. It is very good. Is it better than a Gauss rifle? Yes, it is in all ways, and I think since it's our best weapon in the barn, let's go ahead and give that to Edgar Allan Poe and just maximize his damage potential. What else do we want to give old Eddie? I'm thinking Illuminator gun sight. We want to give him the best possible aim. We're going to be relying on some heavy damage here from Edgar Allan Poe. I like Cognitive Enhancer for him as well. We can get him that much closer to top rank, so let's go with a little bit of Cognitive Enhancer. And instead of a scope or something else that's going to be maybe only marginally useful, I think what we'll do with Eddie E is we'll just crack a motion tracker on him here. So that's got Edgar sorted. Let's go ahead and get a medic and just get both of our motion trackers assigned. Who wants the medic duty on this mission? Jesus H. Christ actually would be a pretty good pick. One of our highest ranked medics, possibly our highest ranked medic. Elvis is better. But this would allow us to cap old Jesus here on Psychic EXP, and since this is just an abduction mission, I think I'm okay with sending Jesus. So it's going to be motion tracker for old Jesus. And nothing fancy in the secondary slot there. Although, do I want to go with... You know what? No, I'm going to go with the Shadow Device. I think motion trackers, med kits, and Shadow Device. And we're going to have our medics henceforth, I think, on missions other than where we need a bunch of heals. I'm thinking medic may be where we employ these Shadow Devices. And I fucking forgot. Okay. I'm not going to forget to do this again. I keep forgetting I want a second Shadow Device. And I just keep forgetting to build the damn thing. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go do it right now, before I forget again. So give me another fucking Shadow Device, because I'm tired of forgetting. Shadow device. Yes, manufacture. I don't care literally what it costs. 142 credits and all of our resources. Yeah, it's fine. Whatever. It's completely worth it. It's kept more soldiers alive than probably anything else I've built to date. Other than tactical rigging, it may be the single most important upgrade we've gotten as a project. So, we have infantry, we have medic, let's grab ourselves a sniper, and I don't think there's any question here, we're gonna go with John the Duke Wayne. John, you know, John Wayne has really been shooting up the ranks quite rapidly. John Wayne is racking up kills and racking up EXP at what I would label a furious pace. How do we want to handle John? He's capped on Psychic EXP, so no need for that. We could give him the Neural Gun Link, but I think I'm going to go ahead and reserve that for our gunner. I do like that there. Scope, yeah, is good. Neural Regulator. Let's just give him a scope and alloy bipod high-capacity mags, and I think that's going to have the Duke ready to kill. He's a master of that big 308 lever-action Winchester of his. He really is quite the killer. You should see him do the spin cock maneuver. He can do it with the Winchester. It's pretty goddamn amazing. Gunner, though. Now we're getting into a tricky situation. I would like to take a good gunner, but not necessarily one of our best. I'm thinking we take the Baker on this. I am going to want at least one unit who has Psi Panic, and the Baker does have Psi Panic. I think she is objectively the right choice here. We're going to give her some Aegis armor, a little bit of Gauss machine gun. She is going to be tagging that Neuro Gun Link, and I think we're probably going to give her... Let's go for the Neuro Regulator. We want to maximize her Psychic EXP. So, Neuro Regulator, and what do we want to tag that up with? You know what, let's just go with the armor-piercing ammo. We could give her a laser sight, but considering she already has the Neuro Gun Link, I think her aim is going to be perfectly acceptable. Actually, what's your willpower like? Because the Neuro Gun Link draws some will. That's fine. She's good. Marie the Baker, Antoinette. The Neuro Regulator cancels most of what the Neuro Gun Link is going to draw. So, she's basically a wash. I'm comfortable with that. What else are we going to need then? Assault guys, yeah. Scout for sure. Big Bad Wolf? Max rank mission, big... You know, no, I think we got to save Big Bad for something a little more critical. Ava Perone would be a very strong candidate, although we also have that badass, sexy son of a bitch Atlas King as well. Yeah, we're going to... I can't say no. He's so fucking dreamy. Atlas King... You son of a bitch, oh, he's so dreamy. Just look at him. Look at Atlas King. He's right, look at Atlas King. He's a sexy son of a bitch, yes. Look at Atlas. He's, I'm tingly in my naughty bits. Alright, so Atlas King, what are we going to give you? You have the battle scanner ability, so we don't actually need to give you a battle scanner. Mind Shield, I think, yes, absolutely. What else do we want to go with here? Case to be made for giving you a chemical grenade. There really is. Arc thrower? Well, no, I don't think so, Atlas. What else would we normally give you? Chameleon suit, yeah, get you some extra defense. And then we've got sort of a fielder's choice, or commander's choice sort of thing happening here. Mind shield and chameleon suit is really what I built these guys in mind to be toting. Smoke grenade, flashbang, all of those things would be potentially useful, but you know what? Now that I think about it, let's not buck convention. Let's just go ahead and give him an extra battle scanner, and then we'll throw the old Neuro Mind Shield back on him. That's got Atlas, and Atlas does have Neuro Feedback, right? You do. So our goal is to have psychically powerful characters actually target Harold King with his Mind Shield so that we can put all of their psychic powers on cooldown. That's sort of his bit. He's kind of bait. And, I mean, if we're setting a trap, you know, you catch more flies with honey than with vinegar. And if you put a sexy fucking beast like Atlas Harold King out there, I don't know how anyone could say no. I mean, I know why Madison's in love with him. I can tell. I mean, there's a reason he and Madison are so devoted to each other. And it's because Atlas King has the animal magnetism, machismo, and sheer magnetic attraction that just draws people in. Sniper, gunner, scout, medic, infantry. I'm thinking 2 assaults and an engineer probably are going to complete our sort here. Who do we want to take in assault team? Teddy and the bench, both max level. Abraham Hardcore Lincoln, also max level. The Old Master, this would be a fantastic mission for old Leo Da Vinci. So let's get Da Vinci out there, ready to paint the battlefield with the blood of our foes. A little bit of alloy cannon. Shredder ammo, yes. Breaching ammo, of course. And we are absolutely going to go for it. Ye old arc thrower. Captures are important. I was just talking about how we needed to get our hands on more alien rifles, and this is a quality opportunity to do it. French maid Joan of Arc, hell yeah. Let's get some of that. Saint Joan is fast as shit. We do love us some Saint Joan. Saint Joan does have, admittedly, an unfortunate proclivity for trying to martyr herself, but as of yet, I mean, she's been unsuccessful despite numerous attempts. She hasn't managed to cash her own fucking chips in yet. I think she just gets lost on the way to the cage and can't really find the cashier. Let's hope that pattern continues. What do we want to do about an engineer? Napoleon, the Madman, both max level. The Knife Man would be a quality addition to this mission. Marie Radium Curity, strong candidate as well. Madame Curie needs both regular EXP and psychic EXP. Tomoe Gozen, actually also a very strong candidate. You know what? Let's send Marie Curie. If we can get her up to max rank, hey, that's just one more engineer at the maximum capacity. And Aegis Armor, we're gonna go... You know, I think we'll go Gauss Rifle. Madame Curie has a pretty good aim. We can probably afford to not give her the carbine. Her foot speed is respectable. She'll be in fine shape. Little chemical grenade, just in case of Sectopod or a bunch of asinine mechtoids. We can lob that chemical grenade right in their face, and then we can have old Marie the Baker Antoinette bake them up a delicious lead salad. So off we go to the lovely Vancouver, British Columbia, home of most television shows you've ever seen that were shot and said to be done in the Pacific Northwest. If the show was set in like Seattle or Portland or anywhere around, yeah, they probably shot it in Vancouver.
The drop site for this operation will be
Is
in
the
Canada.
Fountain Plaza map, because it's always the Fountain Plaza map. We really would have been uncomfortable, Bradford, if it had been in any other location.
Daylight. We're the only ones who can respond to this threat.
Honestly, would have been confused had it been somewhere other than a Fountain Plaza, Bradford. I mean, I'm glad you're at least making it familiar for me. I do appreciate that. Familiarity breeds contempt, they say. And you know what? They're fucking right. Operation First Rain, on a map I am so desperately sick of. On the plus side, while I am sick to death of this fucking map, I've done it so many times, I have gotten pretty good at executing aliens on this particular map, and we got what I think is probably the best starting position here. Other than a propensity for some of this early cover to explode, this actually is a pretty reasonable starting spot. So, first things first, little motion tracker from Poe. So we've got a pod that is going to be over here behind this car. Alright then, that appears to be the only enemies currently on screen. I think we just go ahead and activate them. Oh, we have enemies over here as well by a meld canister. Is that the can? That might be the canister, which would mean the aliens are... okay. So that did not activate the enemy pod, huh? Interesting. Since that didn't activate the pod, and this is mostly half cover, which is definitely suboptimal, I think what we'll do is try and mind fray no one. Now, what we'll do, we're gonna hunker down. Everybody's gonna take a... we're just gonna take a setup turn. We'll deliberately activate nothing. Everybody moves a little bit closer, goes on Overwatch. That gives the rest of the team the time to get into position, and the next turn, we'll dash over there, activate whatever that pod is, and we should be able to grease them in one fell swoop. Also, I love the term fell swoop.
Okay.
I don't know what it is about that particular phrase, but I really like just... it sounds good. It feels good coming out of my mouth.
Aye, aye.
One fell swoop.
I'm on it, sir.
It just sounds sexy. Alright, Poe, you're on Overwatch. Even though Poe is not specifically an Overwatch gunner, that's not really his bit. These guys gotta be over here behind this car, but I don't want to risk having a weird angle pop them, so rather than do that, I think what we'll do, let's just have Atlas King walk over here. Oh, come on, Atlas, don't get all bitchy on me, man. Don't be like that, Atlas King. I mean, just because things didn't go exactly too well last night while we were in the sack together, doesn't mean you have to be all pissy. There's a sectopod coming up right behind us. Well, that's not good. We're in a terrible position to deal with it as well, so it's double plus ungood. Here comes some drones. We are going to get a fair amount of Overwatch in this shit. And so the Seeker is down. One of the drones is badly injured. Oh, this is not good. Starting things off by getting flanked with a sectopod is admittedly a pretty fucking shit way to start. On the plus side, Marie the Baker Antoinette is ready to deliver a little double rapid fire 77% double hit. That's some huge damage. Alright, so 25 damage in a single shot, and the Baker is whipping up a deadly salvo for us. Marie Curie could get up there and do some nice work. Alright, here's the thing. What we can do... Oh, John Wayne. Damn it, John. Damn it, John. Damn it, John. I was thinking we might have to use the shadow device here, and we did so much damage with that opening salvo from the Baker, I was thinking maybe, just maybe, John Wayne and a little extra combination plate fire can finish that sectopod off. Unfortunately, I don't think it's in the cards. And we do only have Atlas King with lightning reflexes, so Atlas, head over here, buddy. You gotta pull this Overwatch for me. I would prefer to not use the shadow device if we don't have to. I don't want to use it if we don't have to. Right, that didn't by chance set any of these cars ablaze. Okay, it did not. So Poe, can you see the sectopod from here? You cannot. You can only see that thing. All right. Jesus, similarly, Jesus also has our shadow device, so can't really afford to do anything risky with Jesus. Don't take risks with Jesus. What we could do, I mean, Marie Curie could absolutely go whack him with a grenade, and it would do pretty good damage. Alternatively, we could have gone over there and thrown that chemical round at him before we did this.
Solid copy.
But he's so badly injured now, I don't actually think we need the chemical grenade. I think a regular grenade and just some standard heat warheads explosives will probably get us enough damage to get the rest of the way home. Okay, 9 damage, so we only need 5 more on this sectopod. I'm pretty confident we can get it. Alright, so St. Joan, let's get you over here. Yeah, this is a little risky, but it's an acceptable risk. Right, so St. Joan, first shot, this is a freebie. Take this one, kill the drone. Close encounters triggers, that doesn't count. Executioner's gonna trigger here. You should be dead. Oh, St. Joan! Who's dying for the faith this time, Sectopod? It ain't Joni. And we did manage to not need our shadow device. That is friggin' excellent. Alright, so you're gonna reload. Oh, you're on Overwatch. Da Vinci, why don't you just Overwatch instead as well? And we're gonna try and get the team back together. We gotta get the band back together. So the Sectopod's exploding corpse has also blown up that SUV. Yet another reason to be cautious about your SUV purchases, folks. They are not only prone to rolling in catastrophic failure, but in the event of alien corpse explosion, they are also a very strong explosion risk. Oh, come on! St. Joan, god damn it. Alright, Atlas King is flanked. This is not good. There's a mechtoid out of there. Poe is ready to kill. This is probably the turn we're going to have to use the shadow device. I cannot risk. We simply cannot have it. Now, I can't risk letting that mechtoid get a shot at somebody in half cover who does not have low profile. It's just too dangerous. Too dangerous. Alright, so Madame Curie. We need to decide where we want to bunker up if we are, in fact, going to shadow device, and I'm almost positive that we are going to. And I think this is the right spot. So we're going to bring you over here. St. Joan, you're not going to be close enough where you're at. Alright, here's what we're going to do with St. Joan. We're actually going to take St. Joan completely out of the equation by just making her be all the way out of line of sight. Madame Curie, an 87% chance to hit here. She could absolutely kill him with one grenade. I mean, if we throw... is it the better play? I think it's the better play. Let's throw the grenade. This should absolutely kill that drone. Her gun may not have enough soup to get the job done. The grenade is absolutely going to get the job done, and it's going to explode that car. So in the event we want to take cover behind that vehicle later, we would have a golden opportunity to do so. Leonardo da Vinci's going to come up here behind this car. It's going to be on Overwatch. Jesus is probably going to drop the shadow grenade. Atlas King, likewise, I think is probably going to be... He's going to reload. We do need to make sure that no one who is in the shadow device is actually on Overwatch. We actively do not want them on Overwatch. The other thing we could do is just throw a smoke grenade. We could put Poe on Overwatch, let the mechtoid come forward, drop a smoke grenade, and then rely on half cover and smoke to keep us safe and conserve the shadow device. Is that the right play? Maybe not, but you know what? I think it's a strong enough play that it will work. And we can cover everybody with this one smoker. So Jesus is going to drop smoke. And then he's also going to be on Overwatch. Jesus, you got to watch out for me. I need Jesus on my side, man. I want Jesus watching my back. Where there was only a single set of footsteps, Jesus, that's where you were carrying me. And kind of need you to carry me a little bit right here, pal. We need you to carry us. 9 damage from a combo Overwatch plate from Jesus and Poe. And, alright, so the Mechtoid simply went on Overwatch. Apparently hit percentage is too low for it to even take a shot. The Sectoid strangely choosing to fire. And that card is gonna, yeah, put that guy in a not nice place. I'm very surprised the Sectoid chose to fire as opposed to go for the more customary Psychic Shield. Which means Marie the Baker Antoinette. You know what? Let's not take any risks here. Madam Curie, if you would be so kind. You know what? One thing I do want to do. I want to make sure this piece of shit somehow doesn't have covering fire. Mechtoids almost never get covering fire. In fact, I don't think I've ever seen one with covering fire. But there is a first time for everything, and I don't want to take a chance. He does not have covering fire. So what he's getting is a nice chemical round to the face. And what's the Kim grenade is on this piece of shit. Marie the Baker Antoinette is just going to absolutely tear him apart. And just to enhance her chances as much as possible, I think we're going to have Atlas King go ahead and take a little hollow target poke at him first, too. There you go. 5 damage from Atlas. Marie the Baker Antoinette will not fail. Oh, I don't... Sorry, Jesus. There we go. Double 97s. This guy's dead. 10 damage, and we're going to follow that up. Another big blob. Mr. Mechtoid has seen better days. And I think it's consolidation turn time. Now, John Wayne does have one bad shot at this very wounded Mechtoid. Or, did I call him a Mechtoid? Sectoid. Let's go ahead and have the Duke take a poke. Looks like that missed. Yep. Duke shot a little wide. Not that big of a deal. Jesus, we only need 1 damage out of this cat, right? What if we just mind fray him? What's our chance? 30? It's actually really bad. Poe, what can you do? 64% twice? That should be good enough.
Damn it. Enemy is still alive.
Yeah, don't make a liar out of me, Edgar. Thank you. There we go. Little taste of his own medicine for Mr. Sectoid there, getting his own little plasma round to the face. And there should be no more aliens left active, so we're going to take a consolidation turn. Everybody locks, loads, and gets ready to kill. Not sure why that truck exploded, but, I mean, hey, it's dramatic. It's the Michael Bay way. I mean, if we were making a film and we didn't have any actual action to put in a film, you can always go with the Michael Bay method and just blow some shit up. If nothing else, it fills screen time in a pretty dramatic fashion. Duke needs to reload, and Madam Curie also reload. Oh, consolidation is taken care of. Our team here was going to be very hard to hit with all these overlapping distortion fields. Is that another sectopod? That really sounded like another sectopod. Alright, John Wayne, we need to get you in a different spot, buddy. If possible, I'd like to get you on top of that truck.
Okay.
If there is another sectopod out there, I want you to be able to friggin' shoot at it this time, so let's get you up there. Go ahead and throw the hook.
Up, and away.
Duke's tossing the hook and going, as he said, up, and away. There is a meld canister over here, which, I mean, there are non-zero benefits to getting it, but I have so much meld and so little use for it, I have a difficult time justifying taking any kind of chance or risk to get it at this point. We're going with no mech troopers and basically no bio enhancements, so our need for meld is largely non-existent. We really haven't needed meld at all.
Affirmative.
We have a ton. I don't feel compelled to take risk to try and get more. Why take a risk against the trooper, and this is some of our better team here, why take a risk to try and get them something that we honestly don't really have much of a use for or a need for? It just seems like a bad value proposition is all. If we were going to go on the flank, let's bring the old master over here. He's good. We'll put him on Overwatch. We're not trying to pull anything fancy, nothing fast, nothing furious. Meld canister has expired. I'm so ambivalent about that that I can't even find the will to care. Atlas King, can you get... You cannot quite get where you need to be. Alright, let's have you come up here. No enemies, good. Just cop a squat there. Next turn, we're probably going to have Atlas King throw a battle scanner. I really don't want to be traveling much further forward and risk popping another pod. So Marie, the Baker Antoinette steps forward into a quality firing position. She's going to hunker down. St. John's going to head up here. She'll be on Overwatch. The Duke, you're going to be studying that weapon for me, champ. Now, Marie Curie is a bit of a floater. We're going to bring Madame Curie up here. He's on Overwatch. Jesus, buddy, you're right where you need to be, ready to run forward and toss an emergency shadow device if the need arises, and that just leaves Poe needing a task. I think we'll just move him to the corner and drop him into Overwatch. Overhead, I do watch, even though I'm looking for the Squatch. Sasquatch, that is. Madame Curie with a little bit of Overwatch here. So we've got some more sectoids. I definitely heard a mechanical component to that pod, though. That's a sectoid commander. Sectoid commander, one outsider, and what looks to be 2 other sectoids. Not really sure any of this stuff warrants extreme countermeasures. You're going to go ahead and take the precise shot, and I would like for you to core this sectoid commander like a champ here. Well, I mean, 9 damage is not as much as I might have liked, but it's something. Can we throw a grenade that far? Absolutely we can. Well, no disadvantage then. Let's go ahead and chuck the grenade.
Throwing grenade.
Madame Curie's got the grenade out. 6 damage leaves that guy with a meager 1. I would love to fucking suppress that guy to death. St. Joan, how do we want to handle you? We could move you over to that full cover and give you a shot. Atlas King, do you have a shot? Atlas King does not have a shot. The Baker is likewise probably not going to be able to get a shot. Or even a mind fray. I mean, St. Joan could get up there and definitely kill him with a run and gun shot. We could also just put her in this full cover. The problem is, that does leave her a little bit vulnerable to this outsider. She'll be in full cover, he'll be in half cover, and technically flanked, which is going to make his first instinct to move. I think this is an acceptable risk for St. Joan. And then again, when it comes to St. Joan, largely every risk is an acceptable risk. The lady is not risk-averse in the slightest. The miss is not what we needed. We might be able to get a shot with Jesus here. Alright, Jesus, we kind of need to kill on this one, pal. There it is. Jesus saves, ladies and gentlemen. Save me, Jesus. Raise me up from my lowly, sinning self and help me overcome this alien adversity. Oh, fuck. Okay, well, that's real bad. So Edgar Allan Poe is in a terrible, terrible, terrible position. Atlas King also in kind of a terrible spot, and unfortunately we already took our move with Jesus, which means Jesus will not be saving our sorry asses with a nice little shadow device, and not this time. Double 52s for the Baker. I think we take it and eliminate the drone. Eliminate the drone. I don't want to talk about it, St. Joe. I don't want to talk about what you've just done to the project. We gotta have Atlas King has got to move.
Moving to position.
We're gonna bring Atlas King back over here. Da Vinci doesn't really have a whole lot to bring to the table, at least not this turn. So I think what we do, let's get Da Vinci over here. We're gonna drop him into this full cover. And the pod we were worried about is already active. So I mean, the damage is already done. 61. I was thinking about actually going into hunker down mode, but with the 61% shot at this drone, I'm comfortable going and taking that. That's the hit and the hit and run. The old master is fucking on point as always. God damn, Da Vinci, you are a murderous son of a bitch, and I'm glad you're on our team. Hell of a shot there as well, by the way. So now Poe is the problem because we can't really get him to any sort of quality cover. Like, this half cover is about the best we can do. He has no cover at all. We could definitely get some kills, but it's not worth it. We need to get... I want him to some... I need to... Can you command yourself, Eddie? Why don't you give yourself a command and have that command be, run, motherfucker! Let's just have him fall back. He's very riskily exposed. Poe is currently a danger to himself and potentially others. Did you just mind link with a fucking cyber disc? That should not even be possible. They're robots. They're immune to psychic powers. That little hollow targeting. Unsurprising miss there. The Baker is in a little dangerous position, but she is in overlapping distortion fields, which should give her a considerable bonus. This is going to be a mind fray. Yeah. St. Joan takes the 1 point of damage, but is not impressed at all with what the aliens are bringing to the table. She's got a little bit of the whole Shania Twain effect going on. That didn't impress her much. What do you think you are, Brad Pitt or something? So you've got a car. That don't impress me much. This is the only relevant move right here. Okay, so the Cyberdisc did not get mind linked. This is going to be a cover-destroying grenade. Bombard alien grenade? Yeah, no surprise here. It's very bad because now a number of our troopers are exposed. The only positive thing is Team Alien actually did not do that first. Had they taken that move first, we would have been completely fucking sunk. Fortunately for us, aliens did not take that as their first move. Okay, so this is absolutely a turn where we're going to 100% require some Shadow Device action. Eddie has 88% here. He should be able to do some respectable damage. First things first, though. The Duke, I want you popping the Cyberdisc with your good old... Nice shot. 7 damage from the Duke. It'll do. It'll do. Jesus, how far forward can you move? We really need to know how far Jesus can get forward, because that is going to determine, by and large, where our Shadow Device is going to need to be launched. Because Jesus will need to be inside the Shadow Device. And ideally, we would like to not move the Baker. So if we drop this, we can cover everyone, correct? Yes. Okay, so if nobody moves, everybody gets covered. Shadow Device comes out. Everyone is safe. Nobody goes home in a body bag. No one even goes home hurt. 47%, huh? That's surprisingly bad. Well, we're going to take the shot. Double 47s it is. We're already committed to not moving. Alright, so 1 hit for 10 damage is acceptable. Oh, St. Joan is not going to be able to get a shot this turn. She's just going to have to double move. That's fine. St. Joan is mind frayed. She comes up to get into the Shadow Device pile. Madame Curie. What to do about a problem like Madame Curie? How do you solve a problem like Marie Curie? I was hoping we could solve it with... Oh, there. Come on, there's the magic spot. It's in there. I saw it. There it is, right there. That's a dead drone and possibly a dead Cyberdisc. Nicely done, Marie Curie. Rocketeers everywhere can suck any dick they can see. Suck it, Rocketeers. All of the dick. Just get it all up in your mouth and swoosh it around like a delicious fucking taste of that first cup of coffee in the morning. I want you putting it in your mouth and swirling it around. Rocketeers put y'all to shame. Shame, I say, shame. 50% are here for Da Vinci. Of course Da Vinci delivers because he's a goddamn madman, badass motherfucker. And it's Shadow Device time for the rest of the team. They're all gonna stay safe. 100% covered up in ghost mode. Shadow Devices... they kind of give me an erection, I'm not gonna lie. Freebie shot from Edgar Allan Poe, and with the remaining action, he's going to drop on Overwatch just to make sure that the Duke stays safe on top of his car. Anything that comes over here and tries to take a poke at the Duke or get close enough to do so... Well, I was going to say it's going to get killed by Edgar Allan Poe, but that's not necessarily true. It's going to get shot at by Poe, though. He did do that. He shot him. And we have not had an opportunity to capture an alien rifle on this map. None of the capturable... That's not even a word. None of the potential captures we could have dug out had the opportunity for a rifle. It's pretty much carbines exclusively. So, Baker, you have 1 shot at an outsider. Or a squad sight shot at that... Here's an interesting question. Okay, we can't use panic on squad sight. So, I mean, I was just curious. Little rapid fire then. First shot hits. Second shot hits. Man, Marita Baker Antoinette was really pissed about them blowing up her cover, apparently. She is not fucking down with that. You blow up her cover, she's gonna put you in a hurt locker. We need to kill everything on the map, though. I mean, that's still a thing that's got to happen. We got to make them all be dead. Double 54%. So if either one of those hits, Poe grabs a kill. Johnny Sectoid meets his fucking maker. So we got Atlas King here. Well, Atlas King needs to move at a minimum because we need somebody to pull this Overwatch. So Atlas, go ahead and do that. Sectoid with a little reaction shot. Not much of a problem. Atlas King, what's your panic chance like here, buddy? Any good? Any good at all? Ooh, 68%. You know what? I'll try it.
No one can hear your scream.
Didn't work. Listen to Atlas King say no one can hear your scream, though. I gotta say, it made my pants tight. He's so fucking dreamy. That Madison is one lucky son of a bitch. That's all I'm gonna say. That Madison. Oh, some guys have all the luck, and apparently that guy is Madison. Leonardo da Vinci's gonna splatter that guy's brains all over the side of a bus, and that's the end of Operation First Rain. So once again, the Fountain Plaza map, despite being one of my more hated maps, we still turned in a fantastically tactically sound operation. Things went pretty well, except for a little sticky situation there and some destroyable cover and an unexpected cyber disk activation. Everything went pretty well. Solid mission. Team XCOM with the win. I'll take it 10 out of 10 times. Old Sky Ranger's coming back. Let's take a look at the stats.
Our soldiers have to be feeling good after a mission like that.
I, kind of tend to agree with you on that one, Bradford. I'd be feeling fucking good, too. 3 days of fatigue for everybody except St. Joan, who's got some extended fatigue time due to a vast number of critical wounds that she has suffered. 4 sectoid corpses. Commander corpse, sectopod wreck. Drones, Illyrium alloys, weapon fragments. Picked up 5 meld, I'm guessing probably from fallen enemies. Mechtoid cord, 2 Seeker wrecks. 138 credits. Panic in Canada has decreased, which I'm pretty sure Panic in Canada was basically non-existent, right?
Thanks to the aliens,
yeah.
Our engineering team is
it's the United States and Mexico that we need to worry about.
Aerospace development with a single ship.
What, Bradford, what the fuck are you talking about, man? Panic in Brazil is below maximum, so, I mean, it's not guaranteed that Brazil will withdraw from the project. It's just very, very likely. Still, though, I mean, we did do some good. We helped save Brazil. We kept Vancouver safe and free so that all American television shows could be shot there in the future for, like what, 72 cents on the dollar or something like that. So, Hollywood wins at least. And what more is there? I mean, if Hollywood can't win, America is sunk. That's just, exporting Hollywood, that's our thing. We export culture now. We don't do the manufacturing thing or, that we're not really world leaders in anything except cultural bullshit. We got the lead in that shit tamped the fuck down and clamped down like a piece of wood in a vise waiting for some glue. I don't know, my metaphors are falling completely apart because I'm getting tired. I have no idea what I'm talking about. I'm going to wrap things up. If you enjoyed the episode, feel free to drop a like down in the comments section. Of course, your support does really mean a lot. And if you'd like to see more XCOM The Long War, you can always consider subscribing as well. We post new episodes every single day. Right now, however, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.